Hi guys, it's Colleen Mahoney-Baxter here with Pampered Chef, and I wanted to come to you from my kitchen and talk to you a little bit about the Rockcrok. First up, I have a question though. Did anyone get an Instapot recently for maybe the holidays or a birthday gift? Yeah, me too, except actually I didn't get an Instapot. I got, my family's sort of budget conscious, so I got like the pressure cooker version of an Instapot. I'm not hating on it. If you have one and you've tried it, I've heard people love it. Let me know what you think about it. We do have some great seasonings and tools you can use with that. And I think there's a place in everyone's home for all kinds of kitchen tools, including the Instapot and pressure cookers. The place for it in my house right now is still in the box, okay? Still in the box. I haven't tried it. Why? Because I'm loyal to my Rockcrok. So, little backstory on the Rockcrok. I didn't always have one. I knew they were great. I heard other consultants talk about them. People loved them. But as a consultant, I do get the opportunity to earn free products, and I get sample prices and discounts on my products. However, like everybody else, I'm on a budget. So when I started, I did not have a Rockcrok in my kit. By the way, you can get one in the kits they have now. So I missed out on that, but I didn't get a Rockcrok. I had to decide to purchase one. So it took me a while because, like I said, you know, I'm on a budget like everybody else. And quite frankly, we, for a long time, and we still do, we have cast iron that was passed down by my husband's grandmother. And we have a cast iron Dutch oven that we used quite frequently. So when it came time for me to delve into my Rockcrok world, my husband and I were looking at it, and he was like, you know, we already have a Dutch oven size, and maybe get the little one and we'll try it. So I listened to him, which sometimes I do, you know, I don't always, don't tell him. Actually, he knows. And I got the casserole size, all right? So this is it. This is the small baby. This was my gateway drug, people, all right? So we got this, we tried it. Let me tell you, one of the first things we made in this was a Mediterranean orzo, and we made the orzo in the microwave. It was steaming hot out. It was summertime. You take, I chopped up some onions with my food chopper. I toasted the orzo with a little bit of oil and onions on the stove because, wait for it, this goes on the stove, right? I started it in the stove, put some chicken stock in there with my seasoning, and put it in the microwave. And then, if you needed to, which we didn't, but if we had any leftovers, we could have put this in the refrigerator. By the way, it can also go in the freezer. It can also go in your stove, under your broiler, and when you're done, it can go in your dishwasher. So, you know, yeah, well worth it. Back to my recipe. So the Mediterranean orzo, we finished it in the microwave with some chicken stock. Then I brought it down and I put in some spinach, which wilted, of course, because the orzo was warm, some feta, and some roasted red peppers that I just got out of a jar. All right, fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. We used it all summer long, this particular recipe, because we would grill outside. This recipe is a perfect bed for grilled chicken, grilled fish, grilled steak. It's delicious. And it uses the Pampered Chef Greek rub, which quite frankly has replaced Italian seasoning in my house, even in Italian dishes. So if that's something you're looking for, something different to cook with, the Greek rub by far is one of my favorites. So this was my casserole dish. Then I started making cakes in it. We had a very creative friend at work who made pie bar day, and I made pie filling in this, kept it in my fridge. I made it the night before, brought it in the fridge, brought it the next day, because why? This is so pretty, you don't have to worry about dishing it out into something else that looks presentable. So this was my casserole size, and after I got hooked on that, I had to have the Dutch oven, which is this person right here, my favorite. I love this. I love both sizes, but this Dutch oven, don't tell the cast iron, but it kind of replaced it a little bit because you can use it so many places. One of my favorite things to make at shows and at my house, it was a big hit with my husband, is bruschetta pasta. So you can make pasta in the microwave. That's my dog, pardon him. With just a box of chicken stock, a box of spaghetti, pop it right in the microwave. Mine takes about I do it for 10 minutes and then I stir it, and then total is about 20 minutes. And while that's cooking, I take my manual food processor, I do olive oil, garlic, fresh tomatoes. I have a basil plant out on my sun porch, fresh basil. That's all it is, okay? Chop that up, pasta comes out of the oven, I toss it with that, and it is so, so good and easy. All right, you can do a whole chicken in this in half an hour in your microwave. I promise it's true. If you go on my VIP group, if you're not part of it, let me know. I posted that recipe recently, so I actually did a little video for you so you could see it for yourself. Whole chicken in the microwave, fresher, more nutritious, cheaper. I think the one pot chicken, I think that cost us like $7 to make. Just really fast and fresh. You don't always have to grab a rotisserie chicken from the grocery store, dripping in all the fat and everything. Not that I have anything against fat. I love it as much as the next person. But if you're trying to watch it, that's a great way to do it. The other thing that this Rockcrok can do is it can become a slow cooker, right? We said we could start things on the stove and put them in the microwave. We can also put them in the oven. We have a slow cooker stand that goes with it too. So this guy, you start your meat or whatever, chili, right on the stove, pop it in here, turn it on. Oh, I can't say that. I was going to say, you know, I was going to say turn it on and leave it. You can walk away. You can walk away. I was going to say set it and forget it, but just pretend I didn't say that. One of my favorite tips too with the slow cooker stand is to get yourself a light timer like you would use if you're going on vacation, or if you, you know, for your Christmas lights. Plug that into your wall in your kitchen. Plug your Rockcrok stand into it. Then you can program it to start whenever you want. So if you're working, like I have a meatball recipe that I do that takes about 3 hours. I will set those up maybe on Sunday afternoon. It doesn't take that long. I'll get my meatballs all ready. I'll throw my sauce in there. This goes right in the refrigerator. And then in the morning, I take it out, put it in the stand, plug it in, and I set it for a couple hours before I get home from work. I come home, the house smells amazing, and my dinner's done. You know, it doesn't get better than that, does it? The other piece of the Rockcrok family that I like to tell people about, we were talking about bruschetta pasta. One of the things I like to add to it is bacon. Sorry, I do. So we told you about grilling, we're talking about bacon. This is the Rockcrok grill stone. All right, so all of these pieces are heat safe up to 752 degrees, and the lid is oven safe up to 400 degrees. So most of the time, if you're doing 752 degrees, you're grilling or you're broiling. So you could do, in the big Rockcrok, you could do a French onion soup and then put it under the broiler to get that cheese all nice and gooey and melty, delicious. Or I use the grill stone a lot. I will cook a whole package of bacon on here. Maybe on a weekend, we'll have BLTs for lunch, and then I will save that extra bacon, save it to throw on that bruschetta pasta. Maybe we're throwing it in a shepherd's pie. I don't know, whatever it is. We might use it for leftover sandwiches, crumble it up for salad, but it saves me time, and it comes out so perfectly flat. It's amazing. Now, if I'm not cooking a whole pan, I do use my stoneware so it gets a little seasoned, but for a whole package or pan of bacon, this is my go-to. The other thing I use this for is I've reheated pizza on it. I have broiled vegetables on there. You can broil scallops, your fish, because what happens when you use a cookie sheet to broil your vegetables or cook your fish at 500 degrees? Do you know? You know. It's about halfway through when all of a sudden you hear this gigantic pong from your oven, and I don't care how many times you've done it, and you know what it is, but everybody hits the ceiling, the dogs start barking, someone runs down to the basement to check the furnace to make sure it didn't explode, right? Right, it happens every time, and we know what it is. We know we put a cookie sheet in a ridiculously hot oven. We know it warped and it did a big twang, but we still run down to check that furnace. This does not happen. You will not be doing that with the grill stone, all right? It does not. It's perfectly flat. I love it for that. If you are concerned this might be too big for you and maybe it just doesn't fit your needs, you're only cooking for one, you're only cooking for two. I cook for two and I use this all the time, but we eat like truckers, so, you know, everybody to their own. However, if you are concerned about that, we do have a smaller version. And this fits nicely on a portable grill, or if you're camping, you could do a whole breakfast on here. You could do your eggs and your bacon, sausage, whatever, hot dogs, I don't know, whatever it is. I don't camp, so you guys tell me, okay? So this is the small grill stone. I love this collection of cookware. It is one of my favorites. I can't believe it took me so long, but I do finally have all the pieces. I'm really excited about it. If you have any questions about this, or if you want to get any of these, they are a little bit higher priced. They are well worth it. They do go on sale a few times a year. If they're not on sale for 60% off, I do have to tell you, most of my hosts get at least 3 things at half price when they host a show. So if you're not hosting a show, or you can't host a show during a month when the Rockcrok is on special, you can host a show anytime and still get 50% off, which is a really great savings. So that is my Rockcrok story. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions, as always, and have a wonderful day, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.